3, 4, 5. Right, let's take them downstairs and do a first impressions video. So yes, hello there. Apologies if you hear all sort of different noises during this video. Essentially we've got the washing machine on there, you've got the fridge, you've got the tumble dryer, everything, and obviously the noise from the treadmill. So as you would have just seen, I've stolen some of my brother's fragrances again to do some initial impressions. What were they? Well, they're Lush fragrances. So if you've seen a lot of my videos before, I tend to buy the body sprays. Two reasons really. One, they're cheaper, and also they perform like a fragrance. The atomizers on them are amazing, and I don't feel then I need to spend so much on the fragrances, the perfumes, these sort of bottles here. Now these are literally perfumes. 100ml is about £60–70 for a lot of these fragrances, which is double what you're paying for the body sprays. But I wanted to do a bit of a review because some of these fragrances I've got today, I think only one is actually sold as a body spray. These other ones are only sold as perfumes. I've not smelt them really before. My brother's had them. I've never really had a chance to smell them, so I want to give an initial impressions. I've got AI as well to give me a little bit more info about what they smell like, so I'll have all the details here, and yeah, we'll just let the video run. So the first one we're going to look at today, let's go for this one here. It's called Cocktail. So yeah, I don't believe they do this one as a body spray. Well, they don't. I haven't seen it. Let's see what info it gives me on the back of the bottle before I read what's on my phone. So it says, a sultry homage to French perfumery. A statement jasmine fragrance will become completely energetically yours. An elegant citrus top perfume that really comes to life on the skin. Originally created under Be Never Too Busy to Be Beautiful in 2004. So it's quite an old fragrance this then. So yeah, we'll have a bit of a smell. But let's read the description then, which ChatGPT have also told me. So they're saying on Lush's website it's £85. £85 for 100ml. That's very expensive, isn't it? Note/scent profile. I've got the note here that's a tongue twister. This is described as Liang, I can never pronounce it, glam in a vintage dress. The key notes are yang, just don't know how to say it, jasmine and rose, with a slightly medicinal minty undertone thanks to Howood. It says the vibe here is very sultry, classic floral, glamorous and a little retro. So I'm guessing this is going to be quite a feminine scent. When we look at these notes here, jasmine, rose, yang, obviously heavily floral. So yeah, I'm surprised my brother's bought this one. Of course, Lush do tend to do more feminine type scents. But let's give it a smell. You can see it's quite a dark juice on this, so I'm expecting it to be quite strong. And we'll just do a couple of sprays, because obviously my brother will tell me off if he sees this. And I'll tell you what I kind of get from it. Oh wow. Right, this is very earthy, almost inky. And you're getting that sort of orangey floral, and I guess that colour of the juice kind of gives me that vibe. It's very dark, mysterious. It's rosy, it's strong rose. But it's got this darkness about it. Now, obviously, Lush don't mention a lot about the notes. They tend to only give you 3 or 4. This is quite inky. Definitely a patchouli type vibe in this with a nice orange smell. And I get the retro vibe that they're on about here that ChatGPT mentions. I almost get like some really old boiled sweets. If you open a tin of some old boiled sweets, it have that really strong licorice type vibe. And that's what I'm getting here. Do I think it's quite feminine? Yes, but it's certainly more mature, more grown up. I feel like you'd wear this more with a suit than anything. It definitely feels like a night out fragrance, and in terms of the performance, it is super strong. You know, 100ml, £85. It's a lot of money, but I'll tell you what, you're only going to need to spray 2 or 3 from that. I thought the jasmine and the yang would make this a bit of a lighter fragrance. No, this is quite heavy. It's very heavy actually, and I think you need to like your florals, you need to like your orange scents and earthy type fragrances to like this one. It's got a candied sweetness, but I said an old boiled sweet is kind of what I'm getting. I'll tell you what, I am warming up as well, because it is warm out here with that washing machine and stuff on. It gives me a bit more room to spray the next fragrance. So what one are we going to go for next? We're going to go for this one. Now this is one that I have smelled a little bit more before, and it's called Furs. So, is there any info on the back? Yes, never out of fashion. Green flowers beam in all seasons. Hints of coconut and vanilla Does that say enchanting? Enthralling guard to coffee? I can't read what that says. My brother, honestly though, he's so good, he labels them all. But yeah, Lush have made it very small to read that on the back. Ultimately, you want to know what it smells like. Let's get on with find out what it smells like ourselves. So, this one is £75 for 100ml, so a little bit cheaper. The note/scent profile, creamy and sunlit. First captures the scent of gorse flowers with mimosa and neroli, plus soft coconut and a little vanilla. From memory, I think this is very much like a sun cream sort of smell, so it'd be interesting to see if that's what it kind of says. Looking at those notes, neroli, I absolutely love neroli in fragrances. Apis Palma Essenza, one of my absolute favourites. Yeah, but soft coconut and little vanilla, that probably is where I'm getting that sun cream vibe. What do they say? Beachy, warm, nostalgic, like walking through sunny hedgerows. Again, feels like being at the beach, putting on sun cream before you go in the sea. Let's find out. Yeah, see, for me, this is very, very coconut heavy. There feels like there's this floral component, which I assume is the mimosa and neroli. But the coconut is the prominent thing here, and you do get that vanilla sweet. It's quite powdery, and I think it's that vanilla that's just making that coconut feel a bit more powdery. Now, I really like it. I have to say, I do really like it. It's not quite right for this time of year now, we're near Christmas time. My worry with this, and again, it's quite a dark juice, not as dark as the other one. Cloying. It's very, very cloying. Now, coconut, I think, is a brilliant fragrance note, but if it's overpowering, it can become a little bit too sickly sweet. This is the sort of scent that you'd want to wear outside, I think, more than inside. In an office, this is going to be a little bit too much, a bit too heavy. Outdoors, though, windy day, if you're near the beach, which this again is talking about that beachy vibe, lovely. It will just smell really nice. You'll leave a trail. This feels like it's going to leave a trail, and it'll give a positive impression. I think the person that's going to suffer most from this fragrance just being too much is yourself. Going to really struggle to get rid of it, but in the air, outside, people are going to love you for it. And I can see that getting compliments. But yeah, I'd just be a little bit careful. If you're someone who finds sort of sweet vanilla coconut scents a bit cloying, I think this one could be a little bit cloying. Pretty much unisex though, I'd say, compared to the other one, definitely a bit more. But again, it is a little bit sickly sweet and does have that floral component, which probably leans it more feminine as well, but not a bad fragrance at all. So that's Furs by Lush. Let's have a look at the third one, Chelsea Morning. Now you can see, me and my brother, we went to London the other day, and he only recently just bought this one. So Chelsea Morning, Chelsea being my favourite football team. What's this fragrance going to smell like though? I don't know anything about this one. Again, it's hard to read the info on the back, but it's a little bit clearer on this label. A sweet, sunny and buttery perfume that will stick to your senses like butterscotch, invented in 2024. So it's a new release by Lush. And I believe, from what my brother had said to me, it's a bit of a sort of caramel fragrance, a bit more, again, in tune with what we expect from modern fragrances. But let's read it here. It's £20 for 30ml on the UK site. At the top of my head, when we went to Lush the other day, I want to say it was £60 for 100ml. So again, around that ballpark. 60 says sort of £85 seems to be the going rate. So what does it say here? It's a little bit like it says on the back of the bottle. Sweet buttery gourmand with butterscotch and tonka in the heart, lemon myrtle for a citrus lift, and fenugreek for a hint of spicy warmth. Okay, so maybe there isn't any caramel in it. Cheerful and comforting like a buttery pastry in morning sunlight. So I think it's probably the butterscotch here that takes a prominent role. But let's see how it smells. I'm expecting I like this one. Yognog is one that's got butterscotch in as well from them. I like that a lot. Wow, I haven't even smelt my arm yet, but I can smell that. Yes, now I am getting that lemon in this, I really am, with the butterscotch. Now, Yognog's definitely not got that lemon, it's a little bit more wintry. This one, I think the butterscotch and the lemon is giving you this kind of lighter caramel vibe. Personally, I don't think you need the lemon in this. I would like this just to be a little bit more butterscotch biscuity. I think the lemon has almost overpowered that butterscotch bit. Now, it's very nice, by the way. I'm putting it down here. It's definitely a gourmand. It's almost like a lemon biscuit, but I don't know if I really want that caramel butterscotch lemon mixture. I think it feels to me like they're not really blended. I can smell them almost as two separate entities in this fragrance, and it comes across a little bit confused. I'm getting a bit of that spice from the fenugreek as well. Personally, I just think they could have made this a little bit more buttery, a bit more sweet. I think that'd be a little bit more attractive. But look, I think what they've done by doing that is they've made this more suitable for a transition season. So a cold spring morning, fall, winter, that's when it's going to be used. So maybe that is their whole goal. Make it more versatile. I think they could have just made this, though, as I said, just a really, really top quality winter scent. A little bit like Sticky Dates is to me. But I don't dislike that at all, I really don't. And it does have that extra versatility, as I mentioned. So that's going to last a long time. One thing I'd say, I've said the body sprays last a long time. From these 3 fragrances so far, I think these could last on your skin till the next day. That's how strong they feel. So they are a little bit more expensive, a bit more concentrated in perfume, and I'm certainly detecting that. It's almost choking me out, on top of the fact I'm a little bit out of breath as well. So that's that one. We've got 2 more to go. Now this next one is one that I've had in the body spray. Done reviews on this one before as the body spray, and it's a little bottle, this one, Lord of Misrule. So Lord of Misrule. This one tends to come out as a limited edition fragrance, sort of Halloween time, to be honest. So does it say anything on the back? No, it doesn't on this one, because of course it's too small to write it. Lush, look at how small the writing is on there though. If you need to do an eye test, just look at the back of their bottles. So £60 for 100ml. So again, similar price here that we were talking for Chelsea Morning. Dark and mischievous, patchouli, black pepper and vanilla form the core of this scent. See, for me, off the top of my head, when I've smelt Lord of Misrule, I get this kind of minty vibe to it. Definitely a bit of patchouli. I don't really get the black pepper and vanilla, so maybe this will smell ever so slightly different. I'm expecting it to be much the same. Earthy, spicy, slightly smoky, evocative, a little witchy and very rich. So yeah, that doesn't sort of seem like what I expected from it. But again, look how dark that juice is. They are really concentrated. Maybe I'm underestimating how good these perfumes are actually compared to the body sprays. But yes, that smells exactly like the other one to me. And I get this kind of a soft mint. It's not like a sharp mint like you'd have in food. It's like more of a menthol toothpastey smell. You definitely get the patchouli in it, but I'm not really sure I'm getting anything like black pepper. And maybe the vanilla makes you have that sort of sweeter mint sort of smell, but there's definitely something more going on to me. That, and again, it contradicts the colour of the juice as well. I'm definitely getting more of a green vibe to this, but a soft green, a much more wearable, nice, easy to wear scent. And I certainly think the fact it's a limited edition I find bizarre, because you could wear this all year. This is one that I think's really got the ability to be a signature scent. And to be honest with you, out of all 4 I've tried so far, that's probably my favourite. Now, I never got any compliments on that one. My brother's had loads of compliments though. Loads of compliments on Lord of Misrule. Yeah, I prefer it to Chelsea Morning, I do. I like the fact it's just fresh, invigorating, but it does have that slight sweetness. Again, that's probably that vanilla. It just wants to draw people in. It's got some really good bass notes. And yeah, recognisable notes that are used in both men's and women's fragrances. I think that one's definitely unisex. If anything, maybe slightly more masculine. Maybe that is the black pepper playing a little bit of a role in that. So very nice, that one. Smells exactly like the body spray. Would I spend £60? To be honest, no, I'd get the body spray. Pay about £30. Yeah, so you laugh, and you get it on eBay for those prices as well. And that leaves us then with one more fragrance. Now, this one's the one that's really interested me. I've never smelled this one. And it's called 29 High Street by Lush. So, if we have a look at it now, it says it's £29.50 for 30ml on Lush's website. This perfume is made to evoke the scent of a Lush shop itself. It has a woody balsamic base, sandalwood, yang, a creamy floral middle, so give me a bit more notes here, jasmine and tonka, and a zesty citrus top, lemon and lime. So citrus opening, and then a bit more of the woods that you'd expect in the sort of base, and then floral in the middle. Now, if you've ever walked past a Lush shop, to me they smell like the bath bombs. Clean, a little bit feminine, just, you want to walk in them, you can smell them. If anyone's been by a mall or anything, you know you head into Lush, you don't need to look on a map, you'll smell it coming. So familiar, warm and comforting, like stepping into a Lush store filled with bubbles and florals. That's kind of what I meant to say, but they just said it a bit better than me. So does this smell like a Lush shop? We'll spray my hand for this one. Wow, it does. You know, like if you're running a bath and not many people have baths these days, and you put in like, is it like Radox, and you put in like those really nice lavender sort of bath salts and, you know, those bath gel sort of things. It does smell like a Lush shot. It's very, very nice. It's definitely more feminine. It's a soft floral. So like we said with the first one, which was called Cocktail, that's a dark floral, dark rose, very dark and, you know, a little bit more mysterious. This one, no, it's a bit younger, it's a bit more wearable. You can imagine a teenager wearing this, someone who likes their fragrances, but someone into their 20s, a younger person, but also anyone at any age. That's kind of like the day version, and then Cocktail's more like the night version of the sort of floral fragrance. And it reminds you of a Lush shop, and actually I really like that. I like the fact they know their DNA. I think they should release that as a body spray. Now again, it's nothing complex, it's nothing that you haven't really smelt before, but I like it. I like sometimes just that little bit safe. It's clean, and yeah, look, it's definitely more feminine, but I'd feel more than happy wearing that, Again, when you've got lemon and lime in a lot of men's fragrances, sandalwood's obviously in a lot of men's fragrances as well, tonka bean, again, offers that creamy sweetness that we get in a lot of fragrances. That's a brilliant fragrance. I really like that one. That being said, it doesn't seem like it's going to be as strong. It doesn't smell as strong. And the juice there, you can tell, is nowhere near as dark as some of the others, but very pleasant. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let them sit for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to rank which ones I think best to worst, and yeah, whether I think you should buy these over Lush body sprays. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more sort of smell of my arms now. So it's been about 15 minutes since I did my last clip, so hopefully they've dried down fully now, and the real long part of the fragrance, the part that's going to stick on your skin for the longest now, has come through. Because let's be honest, those top notes now have probably worn off. But let's start with Cocktail. Yeah, see, it's not as sharp now. I said earlier it's like boiled sweets. It's really like a dark rose. I think the jasmine's coming through now. It's definitely got that more feminine vibe. It is definitely more feminine anyway, but it's starting to feel like you could wear it more in the day. I said it had this kind of orangey smell, which you didn't mention. And now that jasmine's taken over, it's become a little bit sweeter, a bit softer, and I have to say a little bit more pleasant. It's almost like a, yeah, very, very dark and in your face, very mysterious. Now I feel like you could wear that just as a casual scent, but it's very heavy. It's certainly a heavy fragrance. It's not horrible at all. So then go on to Furs. This one hasn't changed. It's got that coconut vanilla vibe. It hasn't really changed too much. You're starting to get that neroli white floral coming through. And it does have that pound. It's becoming more powdery. I did say it was powdery earlier, but now it's definitely becoming more powdery and more feminine, and I really like it, but I have to say I feel like by the end of the day I'd want to wash it off. It's like talcum powder, and it's, yeah, it's okay. I don't think, and a lot of fragrances don't really go into, I think it needs a little bit more sweetness, almost something just to, maybe a bit more woodiness actually, just something to tone down that real sun creamy vibe. Like I said, I like coconut as a note. You've got to do it right, and I think this one maybe it just needs some even marine notes. I'm going on to sort of different things here because I think it's sickly. It's very sickly, and I think people are going to find it too much. Certainly with a 100ml bottle. Yeah, it's not a night out, date night sort of scent. It's more of a day outdoorsy, don't overspray, wear it for yourself type scent for me. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Right, Chelsea Morning. This one's interesting to me. I'm getting that burnt sort of caramel smell in the background. Again, from that butterscotch. But for me, that lemon is just a little bit overpowering. A bit too much for me. It feels a bit confusing. It feels a little bit confusing. It's not like a dessert. The lemon is very sharp. If it was a candied lemon even, I think this one would be a little bit nicer. It's certainly not horrible. By no means do I want to say this is a horrible scent. But it does feel like they're competing against each other a little bit too much for me. They could have almost made this into like a Christmas pudding smell, but I think the citruses here are maybe just not quite right. I think they could have gone for some sort of, maybe a bit of an almond. That would maybe make it like a Christmas pudding. I just think it needed something else just to sort of bind it all together. I don't think it quite does that, but it's very nice. I think, to be honest with you, out of all of them, that's probably the one most people like. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Anyway, Lord of Misrule. Yeah, it's just lovely. Lord of Misrule. I just get this minty freshness. I do not really understand how different the notes are with this one. Patchouli is definitely there. Patchouli's there. I think the vanilla's made it a bit more creamy mint, but there's definitely got to be mint in this. And maybe the black pepper, but I don't get any smokiness. The fact it says it's slightly smoky, I don't think so. I don't think it's rich. I think you could wear this most of the year, certainly in your transition seasons. I don't think it's a winter. I think you could wear this in a cool summer's morning as well. Really like Lord of Misrule. Again, a bit mysterious, but it's one that's quite easy to pull off, I think. I said my brother's got a lot of confidence on this one, just from people walking down the road. And, you know, they're not people into fragrances, so I don't think this one has that very rich, evocative sort of thing. I think it's just casual, you can wear it all the time. As long as it's a cool day, you know, spring, summer, I think it'd be fine at a full season course like now. No problem at all. And then the last one, again, we're going to go for this 29 High Street, which I think must be one of their addresses. Yeah, if you've been in a Lush shop, it just smells like that. It's a sweet floral. It's not fruity, but it's... What am I getting? The woods are definitely toning it down. It's the jasmine and the tonka. It's that creamy floral middle that I think is the real highlight of this fragrance. And the lemon and lime just kind of are just sitting in the background, just letting the floral component of this fragrance take over, take the reins. Yeah, if you love Lush shops, you've been in Lush shops, I think this is a really good one to get, because it will just give you that vibe of being there, and it's great. I really like that. I really like that one, more than I expected to. I think maybe the name of this, though, is almost going to put people off, because 29 High Street really doesn't mean anything to anyone, so they need to sort of make a bit more of a point of this one, because it's great. It's really good. So if I had to rank them then, I'm going to say 5th, so last place in this one. And it's going to be really harsh. It's going to be really harsh. But I'm going to say Furs. So Furs was the one that I've got the coconut in and the vanilla. This one here. Now, it's nice, but it's got that talcum powder sun cream vibe, and I don't think that's what I want as a fragrance. You know, I was saying this the other day, I've done reviews on coffee fragrances. I love the smell of coffee, I love the smell of plenty of things, but sometimes I don't want it to be too much of that. I want it to still smell like a fragrance with nuances of feeling like you're at the beach, feeling like you've gone to a coffee shop, you know, any of those things. But I just feel like this has gone too much, it's too heavy. And while I like it, probably more than Cocktail initially, I think if I was getting to about this stage of the fragrance, I'd probably go, I've had enough of it now. And my brother's had this for a little while, I think, so I do feel that maybe that is just going to let it down. It's just going to be a little bit too much all the time. So yeah, that's my opinion on that one. Then what would be 4th? I'm going to go Chelsea Morning. Now I have to say, I smelt this in Lush the other day, because when my brother said, what do you think of this? I said, I really like it, I really like it. But there's something about Chelsea Morning, that lemon, I'm just not a fan of. With butterscotch, it just doesn't quite do it for me. No, I just, it's a really confusing scent, this one. I like it, I just don't love it. And I just think it's not blended as well as I'd hope it would. You know, it's very nice, and again, I think it's got the versatility to wear most of the year. Certainly not on a high summer's day, because there's obviously the sweeter, stickier notes from the butterscotch will take over. But that lemon opening, it smells like you've put on a lemon fragrance over a caramel one. That's all I can really say. Doesn't mean it's horrible, it just feels like you've put 2 fragrances on, not one. That's how I'm getting that one. 3rd, I'm going to go Cocktail. Where Furs was kind of one where I liked it more initially, this one, I'm enjoying it more in the dry down. It's the creamy florals are coming through now. The rose doesn't feel as dark now, and it's let jasmine and yang yang take over, and I think that's good, because rose can be really heavy and in your face, and it doesn't feel like it's doing that, and it does have that retro vibe, that bit more mature classiness about it. A younger person, I think, would be really confused about this one, and this one feels like a sort of fragrance where if you're a beginner, you wouldn't appreciate this. I think this is for a trained nose, and that always makes me feel like it's quality, it's complex. I want to explore this one a little bit more. I almost go, oh, what's that? It's got that mysterious retro vibe, but an elegance where you could dress it up, dress it down. And I think it's quite an attractive scent. I think you could wear this for a date night, I really do. But also in many situations, even a job interview, people are going to remember you for this one, because I can't think of a fragrance that smells like that at all. You know, it doesn't give me a vibe of any particular occasion or anything that's on the market. It's not a clone. It's just very pleasant. It's not a scent that I think anyone's really wearing, and that makes it stand out for me, even though it's a little bit more expensive. So it's the two small ones. Look at the difference in colour of the juices. I'm going to give Lord of Mistral second, and mainly it's not because I think it's any worse than this fragrance here. I think the main reason is you can get it in a body spray, and yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going to last that long, this one. It's great. It's a really nice, fresh sort of minty smell to me. Just a bit confused with the notes in that. Personally, my recommendation, if you know the smell of Lord of Mistral, get the body spray, go to a Lush shop, try that smell. I think that one is pretty safe. That I don't think it's too out there, too daring. I like it, but I'm just a little bit confused with those notes on that one. But I've got to give it to this one. For me, I'm a bit of a nostalgia person. I like scent memories. I like memories of things, and normally when I'm in London or if I'm away, there's a Lush shop, I'll always go in them. And this just kind of gives me that vibe of walking past a Lush shop, and it just gives you that happy memory. I love going into Lush. Staff in the Lush shops are always lovely and polite. Let you try anything, you know, even let you wash your hair in them, you know, put face creams on. And yeah, it just sort of gives you that vibe of going in there, sitting in a bath with a bath bomb. And it's just very pleasant. This one feels the most friendly fragrance. We've talked about mysterious ones, some that are quite heavy, some that are more feminine. And yeah, for me, this one just sort of ticks the most boxes. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's probably not as much of a standout scent. I wouldn't dress this one up. That's what I'd say. It's more like I said, you're running a bubble bath. But it has that signature scent quality if you wanted to wear it every day for work. And do you know what? I really like that. I might have to have a little look, see if I can get that for a good price. So yeah, if I had to recommend one today, it'd be 29 High Street. But I suppose the main question now is, do I think these are worth getting over the body sprays? Look, I think they're worth trying. I 100% think if you want a bit more concentration and quality, Lush is great. And again, the oils on this, they don't feel sticky or anything. They feel very much natural. They're not going to burn your skin. And also the fact that these aren't, a lot of them aren't available in body sprays, it doesn't make them redundant. But I'll be honest, would I rather buy a couple of the body sprays I've had, like a Sticky Dates, like a Rose Jam, like a Let the Good Times Roll? I'd probably rather just get two of those for the price of one of these. I don't think the difference is great enough, but I think these are really worth trying. I'd certainly say though they're a bit more daring, so try them in a Lush shop first if you can. If not, get them on eBay, a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit more low risk. But good thing with these, flexibility. You can get smaller bottles. You can't do that with the body spray, but you can get 100ml, 200ml. And obviously they spray a bit more like a fragrance. The Lush body spray sprays so much in 200ml, you can get through them very quickly. But for me, I think I'm still going to stick with the body sprays. If I can get a good deal on one of these though, you never know, they might be on the list. But thank you very much for watching today. Let me know if you've tried any of these. There's plenty of other ones out there that are available. I think you can get Karma as a perfume and a body spray. Definitely get that as the body spray. I spent £70 on my mum to get that one. The body spray was just as good. So yeah, really interested to know if anyone's tried any of those other ones. Might be something I look at in the future as well. But certainly if it's a choice between the perfume and the body spray, and they're exactly the same fragrance, I'm sticking with the body sprays. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today. I'm knackered. I hope that was a good review though. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you later.